So we know AS and A level results will drop for our year 12s and year 13s on August the 13th. And we know for our GCSE students, no matter what age they are, but we know the majority of them will be in year 11, we know that those results will drop on the 20th of August. But what happens when they're not happy with those grades and they don't want to appeal? They actually want to sit the exams themselves. Well, that's where the autumn series comes in. Now, these are some exams that I've mentioned before, they'll take place in autumn, and for students who aren't happy with their results and want to sit an actual exam in 2020. The videos where I mentioned this will be linked in the cards somewhere on screen. But today I just wanted to give you some more information about the resits themselves, that's the autumn series, and the dates that they'll take place. I'm going to have a lot more information just like this in the future, so be sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already so that you don't miss out on any of it, because it's really important and this sort of information could potentially affect your future. So this information comes from JCQ, or the Joint Council of Qualifications. They're the organisation that represents the exam boards AQA, OCR, Edexcel and WJEC. And according to JCQ, AS and A level exams will take place between October the 5th to October the 23rd, 2020. And GCSEs will take place between November the 2nd and November the 23rd, 2020. So I'll repeat that just once more, just in case you didn't hear me clearly. For AS and A level exams, they'll take place between October the 5th to October the 23rd, 2020. And GCSEs will take place on November the 2nd to November the 23rd, 2020. So that's for the autumn series. The deadlines for entry are September the 4th for AS and A level exams and September the 18th for all GCSEs except Maths and English, which will have a deadline of October the 4th. So it's a pretty quick turnaround and the exams take place in a pretty short period of time, especially for the AS levels and A level exams. The results for these exams will drop between December and February. I've seen some people put up the exact dates for those exams results, but I've been hunting around on the official channels, on the official websites, and I haven't actually seen anything that gives a concrete date. So I don't really want to say a date without being able to confirm that it's the true one and that it's coming from the official channels. So I'll hold off on that. Just watch out for when I do drop that. One thing I will say though is that I don't see how year 13s who are hoping to move on, I don't see how they can avoid a gap year if they didn't get the results that they wanted. If you're going to be doing the autumn exams, you're probably going to take a gap year if you're in year 13. But what are you guys thinking? Do you like the sound of these dates and where they're placed? Do you wish you had more time or maybe even had less? Let me know in the comments down below. Looking at some of the language that's being used by Ofqual, it seems like they don't expect that many students to actually sit those exams in autumn. They've even said that exam boards can withdraw some of the exams if they don't get any entries. And I find that peculiar because consider this, there's 566,674 pupils in year 11 at the moment, and a bunch of other students who want to take the exams privately, and some who are taking them early. And to be honest, aren't actually that many subjects. There's much less than I thought when looking through the proposals. There's much less GCSE exams than you'd think. So Ofqual are basically saying that they believe that there's a good chance that some of those subjects won't have even a single student saying, I actually want to sit that exam rather than accepting the grade that I got. And I find that surprising, even for NEA or coursework based subjects such as art, where it's very hard to sort of figure out the resitting. I still think that that students will want to actually submit their work and say, no, I want this graded properly, or however they're going to mark it. I'm not exactly sure how they're going to do it for the NEA subjects, but to hear them say there's a possibility that some subjects won't even need to be issued, I did actually find that quite surprising. But in regards to this and how it's going to turn out, especially with all the worrying things I'm hearing about standardization, I'm thinking that we might have a whole host of problems come results day and the next academic year, and I just hope schools, colleges, exam boards and universities are ready for the mess that might ensue. The important thing is that we get this sorted, and that we get this sorted as quickly and neatly as possible. I'm getting increasingly worried for this year's year 11 and year 13s and how your futures are going to be affected by this whole ordeal. And I'm actually starting to get slightly frustrated at Ofqual and how long they're taking to sort some stuff out, and how unfair some of this stuff is starting to turn out to be, especially with that standardization process that I'm sort of starting to dig more and more into and starting to really raise my eyebrows at. But I'll just breathe in and breathe out for now and advise you to do the same, because quite frustratingly, it is outside of our control. So that's all for today. Once again, be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, hit that like button as well, and leave a comment telling us your thoughts on this whole thing. While you're here, also be sure to check out some of our other videos which comment on similar stuff in education and some other interesting topics as well. So that's all for now. Until next time.